Yo everybody, it's Heat Ride. So let's get to it. Bring the pain!
What's up everybody, it's Heat Override and I'm ready to bring the pain for you and Dr. Rotor this week. Ooh yeah, if you haven't been over to the site, get over there right now. Tons of baseball articles are dropping. But you've already read what this podcast is about. It's another Heat-tastic review. Pereira versus Ankalaev. And we have a new champion. Magomed Ankalaev is the new light heavyweight champion of the UFC. Congratulations, buddy. You took it. But that was just a weird fight. We'll get to that in a little bit. But first, I just want to talk about it, man. It was a great weekend, great event. You know, I got to watch it, talk with my buddy Dan. I think I maybe made the wife a little mad at me at times because I was so much into the fights. But hey, you know, you get a little wild when you're around those times. But in the end, overall, I just wanted to do a review of all of the stuff we did, both the show, the Heat-tastic bets, picks, whatever you want to call them, and also just the entire event. I'm going to make it fast and short just because I want to start the week off nice for y'all. All right, man. I do want to mention that there will be no live Fight Club of Pain next week because we will actually be fighting ourselves in a tournament. So, you can't put bets on me. If you could, I would always bet on me. I'm always an easy favorite. But at the same time, that's not what we do. We point fight. You know, so our team is going up into New York, Batavia, that is, and we're going to go up there for a tournament, start the season off. It's been a few months since I've been off. I've seen the other guys already fighting, but I'm not scared. Champ is back. Yeah! Woo! Spread the pain! But yes, so we won't. I still will have my Heat-tastic picks. I also will do all my WWE and UFC power rankings because somebody just fell. I did. I mean, somebody might just rose up in there, but we'll see. We'll see how that works out, right? Well, that's an article for another day. But man, everything looks so good, right? I was going, the bets were good, the bets were in, I had everything lined up. I was about to take a nap. I took a nap. Get up from my nap. Now, mind you, we went live at 3 p.m. yesterday with the Fight Club of Pain. And when we were off, both of the fighters had not been called off. So, of course, we're talking about Curtis Blades versus Rizvan Kunev, which we did cover on the Fight Club of Pain. So that was just a wash. Didn't matter. Fight never happened. Sucked. Really. And then, of course, Castaneda and Gutierrez, another fight that we did talk a little bit about, that didn't happen too. So that really sucked because by the time, you know, I got everything together, I had just I got the chicken wings in and they were cooking, and I look and I see that these lineups are now that I have to take these players out of my lineups. Now, mind you, I did give away Castaneda as a backup to the DFS lineup that I gave out yesterday. However, that, you know, and that didn't work out. You had to stay with Petrosian, right? So that being said, we know that going down. But we'll flip it back, right? So now we're sitting here. I'm sitting here scrambling. I got like 10 minutes to change all these lineups. And this was one of my bigger weeks. I normally don't play that much. And I played a few extra lineups. And next thing you know, I'm literally going through my Blades out. Blades was on 80% of my lineups. So once that money came off for Blades, I had all this extra money that I could play with and move down, and I already had these, you know, I already had Lucindio in a lineup, I had Lemos in a lineup, and I'm just like, look, I've already swayed off of my lineups. I'm taking a guy out. This sucked a lot. I actually did not make it to one of my lineups because I finished my one area, then by the time I got to another area, FanDuel that is, it was too late. The contest literally started as I hit enter, and I was in there, and I was changing it out, and it was like contest started. So that really sucked. So, you know, that was just money donated there on that lineup. And then it was about that change. That was so late, at least for me, and what I was doing at that time. It was a late change for me, and unfortunately, that didn't work out. It also changed a lot of my bets, too. They said, of course, you know, they send you back your bets that you have on it. So it's like, all right, well, now I have more money, but now already had went through and made those bets earlier in the week when they were really good numbers. Now I'm just getting crappy numbers the day of bets. So that just happened, man. I mean, I'm not going to blame FanDuel or DraftKings or any of the sites that really just happened. It's the way it did. That last second really did suck for the lineups for DFS. If I could have just got like 5-10 more minutes on that, maybe 20 minutes, I could have been able to construct all those lineups a little differently. It did not work out well for some of those lineups. I'll just say that much. So the one that I gave out yesterday, actually, which was, of course, in the captain spot, was Leal. You know, he won. He had like 220 points. I also had Van. I had Lucindio, who went the distance, so that's good. Petrosian, of course, got tapped with an armbar. Dude, King Green got knocked out, one of the most beautiful knockouts in the world. But, hey, that was it. And Bahamundes got a triangle, man. That was a big, big thing. We'll talk about those fights in a few seconds. So that ended up taking out. So what that led to is on FanDuel, I barely cashed. Like I ended up, the lineup I gave in the subs only Discord, yeah, I got like 50-50 on that. But then the other lineups, because again, I had to take blades off of it, no time. They just didn't work out. So I didn't make any extra money. And I only really made $2 extra on DraftKings because of the same problem, bang, bang. But then I had one lineup was good, came through. So it's just kind of the way sometimes this is why I don't play basketball. This is why I don't do DFS basketball. This is why I don't do that at all, because this is what that's like all the time. And I'm not playing those games. I'd rather have my stuff set. It's given to you, maybe a late scratch in a baseball thing. You know, you don't see that often with football. That's what makes football really good. And usually with the fights, that happens too. But this just didn't really work out for us, so that really did that. But hey, that happens. Let's get to the 5-tastic bets. Well, I had Yasmin Lucindio go in the distance. I said, hey, at the time, her getting the points was a positive. Of course, she did lose to Lemos. That's fine. But we did get that as a win. Van, we said he was going to win. I did say that he should easily score over 80 DFS points. The crazy thing is that the DFS scoring was down. There was a lot of winners yesterday that didn't even score 60 points. I mean, he was one of them. But then on like DraftKings, for some reason, because of the scoring being a little different, he scored almost just as much. When previously week on the DraftKings with it was Rebevich, when I had him, he scored like 66 on DK and he had like 89 on FanDuel. So, again, this comes back to just the push in this way. We still nailed it though, Van with the win. So we got that. Bahamundes, I said, hey buddy, you're going to get the win. And I thought that this would have definitely went the distance too. It did not, but of course he did get the win. So we got 3 wins right there. Everything was looking great. And then Petrosian, he just taps. So that's a loss. And then of course Pereira, I had him winning by knockout. That did not happen. So there we go, 3-2. And this was close. This is what this week was about, really. Like you either just finished right in the middle, or you finished just up a little bit. And that's what I said, like kind of what the both sites interested in. That's why I always say play the both sites, play all the sites. Yeah, you might have to put out a little more money just to spread it out a little bit more, but sometimes you'll reap that reward back if it works out for you. And this week, it was just kind of like we were just spinning our wheels in mud, Things look good. I hit some big bets. I did have Bahamundes. I had Bahamundes with a submission in the first and second round. I had a plus 1,300 on that. So it was crazy. Me and Dan were laughing about that. So, when you think, and then it was great. And then we're sitting there, we're in the Fight Club of Pain, talking with Jonathan, talking with everybody else that's talking about what just is going down in the fights. And I was talking with one of our buddies' dads, Jeff, about that fight with what's his face? Francis Marshall. Yeah, let's talk about that. Look, I won't mind from a betting standpoint and a DFS standpoint that Marion Santos lost that fight. But Francis Marshall got screwed. That helped me out. That gave me my wins. Gave me my money. But man, that was a screw job. So man, we were talking so much about all that stuff. So in the Fight Club of Pain, our show yesterday, we had covered, of course, the Curtis Blades and Rizvan Kuniv. We did Jalen Turner versus Ignacio Bahamundes. We did King, formerly known as Bobby Green, versus Mauricio Rufe. And then we did Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev Adaban. And then Alex Pereira, and then Magomed Ankalaev, right? So that's what we covered. All of us ended up going 500. I went 2-2 on those picks. 2-2. Of course, the Blades fight was wiped. So overall, I thought everything could have been better. It was close to being better. But in the end, we had a few upsets happen yesterday. A lot of things. Like, I'll go back to Petrosian. Like, he should have probably won that fight. And maybe he wouldn't have. But it probably was going to go the distance. But look, you just take one wrong turn. And this is just like I was saying in the UFC. One wrong turn, no flags included, and your fighters tap, no matter how big of a dog they are or no matter how big of a favorite they are, they can tap at any moment. They can get knocked out, falling backwards. A bad cut can happen. And then it just doesn't end. And then that's it for you. So again, that's the chances that we take doing this. So I hope that all of you stay back. You're going to have to get to Dr. Roto for my Heat-tastic picks. Also, I will put bets and DFS lineups in the subs only Discord at Dr. Roto. That will be there before Saturday. I will have all that probably in by Thursday, and you might see it Friday, but we'll get it in early for you so you have the rest of the week to kind of do that. Also, you'll just have to stay plugged to my Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, Twix. Stay tuned to that, because if you're tuned to that, and I go on there, because I'll be driving back most likely, because I'll be the one driving, so I won't be able to get back, but I'll be back mid-fight. So then you can see me run into the subs-only Discord and actually start throwing some bets in then. But I wouldn't really count on it. Again, no show will be on Saturday. Have a great day, everybody, and always remember to bring the pain like I am next week. It's time to whoop it. Bam!
Thanks for stopping by the office. Get your fantasy prescription by subscribing to the channel and checking out drroto.com. Until the next visit,